How would you like to be free? Free from your own limitations, your own daily temptations. Free to create your own days. Now's a good time to close your eyes. All right? And just imagine. Close your eyes. Imagine a day you wake up totally free. How would you spend your time? Who would you spend it with? What would your day look like? What would it smell like? What would it sound like? What would it feel like? All right, I've asked this question to many people. Turns out, guess what? Most people have a hard time answering that question. So let's open the book on freedom a bit. Okay, I'm not talking about this outer freedom. I'm more talking about the inner freedom. You know, that sense of well-being with an openness that you can tap into your potential here. So that freedom within. How does that sound? Freedom. What are the benefits of freedom? A calm mind. A calm mind with less fears and doubts. A focused mind to overcome any obstacle. A clarity with things to come. Well, allow me to share a personal story with you with the hopes that you can actually avoid my mistakes and give you some insight in a bit of freedom. The day I graduated university, there appeared to be two doors in front of me. One was labeled security, benefits, pension, and safety. The other door was a bright neon flashing, said freedom and independence. For some reason, like a madman, I ran towards that freedom door. I wanted to do what I wanted, when I wanted, whatever I wanted. Yes, that was freedom. Wouldn't you agree? To do what you want, when you want, anytime you want. Well, unfortunately, it didn't get me too far. But the high peak was actually of this hedonistic life occurred during a hot summer month in July. Late morning, I'd say, on a Monday morning, hungover, stiffed back, breath smelling like rotten egg. I was watching cat videos on YouTube for hours in my underwear in a dark basement apartment, sweating on a leather seat. Yeah, I was living the high life. Pun intended there. Sad to say, my desire for freedom led me to this unhappiness here. So I thought I was actually free. Well, in fact, I was a slave. I was a slave to my desires, my urge, my cravings. I wasn't free. I was fooled by my mind and controlled by my body. However, in the depths of those despair, I discovered something about myself. And I'm going to share this with you. I found that there were two elements to gain this true freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from doubts, freedom from urges. The number one element that I figured out was structure. That's the key. Yes, structure. Let me explain. It seems a bit counterintuitive, doesn't it? To be free, you need structure in your life. Yes, that's correct. What does that mean? It means you create the day that you want. Now, I understand you may not be in full control of your days. You may have obligations, responsibilities, bills to pay. I get it. I understand. However, you still have control over what you eat, how much time you spend exercising, which book feeds your mind. Who has control over that? Is it your wife? Maybe your husband? No, it's you. Take control over that. You're responsible for that. So you see, without structure, there's no boundaries. And you'll eat as much as you want, stay up as late as you want, and satisfy your basic needs, whatever, jumping from one craving to another. It's simple. If you want freedom, start creating structure, routines, and good habits in your life. And we all know the good routines, the good habits. We don't need my mother to tell you about this. Let me just give you a quick list. Go to bed early, get up earlier, eat your vegetables, exercise. These are things we know on a regular basis. Make it a priority because no one else will. The second element of freedom that I figured out. Discipline. Yes, you've heard that right. To have freedom, you need discipline, actually self-discipline. It means following a structure that you created despite, you got to follow that structure despite being tired of it, bored of it, or just that day not feeling, I don't want to do it. Do it anyways. Force yourself to do the things that need to get done. Just like those expensive shoe ads. Just do it. Follow through with it. So self-discipline, really, it's the core of that drives to overcome laziness and excuses. And you know those infinite excuses. Oh, not today. Tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Who's been there? We've all been there, yes. So make the decision. Commit to self-discipline, and the moment you combine self-discipline with structure, you've got good habits. And guess what? After several days, after several months, those routines, those habits become easier and easier, and eventually becomes part of you. You don't even think about it anymore. So here's the equation. For freedom, structure plus self-discipline equals habits which provide freedom. So here's just a suggestion. Start feeding your body nutritious food. Feed your mind positive books. And feeding your soul rather than feeding the void with stuff. If you want freedom of any kind, create structure in your life, track the progress, follow through with it, even if you don't want to do it, and then you'll create the habits, and those habits will provide you freedom. Thank you.